Hey there, I'm Dominic St-Pierre. This will be a short, quick video about something very tiny, but still, I think it's very helpful if you don't know about that. And sometimes when we are creating some CLI, we want to line up some data into a sort of a data table, if you will, something that if there's multiple rows in there, it would be easy to align that, and there's multiple ways to do that. But in the standard library, if you don't know, there's this tabwriter package that is very great for that. And yes, sometimes it's nice to use bubble tea and other third-party library to have a more complex CLI, but other time is just a small tool that you're building, and you might not need such a huge thing just to display some data. So I think keeping the standard library is nice also for that, but it can be seen as well. Let's if you do a Docker PS, for example, so that kind of thing. It's similar to what I'm trying to say, basically. So if we are doing a Docker run, maybe with a Redis container, for example, and we redo a Docker PS, you can see that things tends to line up a little bit like that. So this is what I'm talking about. So just an aside, I mean. If you're liking the those format and my content and whatnot, I have two courses that I'm selling in Go. So one is build SaaS apps in Go. This is basically a course that teaches from the beginning how to build an API. Basically, it could be a side project. It's not meant to be a SaaS per se, but it's more like a web application, but more focused on the backend. And I have my new course, which launched just in December last month, which is called Build a Google Analytics in Go. And this course is also, it's also hands-on, where I'm building a full website analytics in Go, basically using, at first Postgres, and I demonstrate that there's other and better database for that, and ClickHouse is something that I'm using in this course. So I mean, just an aside, there's a discount, a direct coupon in the description below if you are interested. So with that being said, how would you use this tab writer? Well, it's just a matter of importing the text tab writer package. Basically, we will need the font package and the OS as well, because we will need the standard output. So granted, this is a very simple example, but you can see how you could grab some data from, I don't know, a database or third-party services, from an API call, whatever the data that you will need to display in a nice table. So I like to capitalize the column name, to be frank. So let's execute that, and this is basically what we are getting, but you don't need to calculate any spacing yourself. You just need to pass the data, and I really like that. It's a tiny package, but very useful in my opinion, especially in some organization where data is the amount of small tools that I needed to build in data first, or companies and whatnot. I mean, those kinds of small things are, even if it's just for the engineering department and whatnot, or maybe some other department that need that, and other teams. It's nice to have that. So pretty simple. Don't forget to have the last \t at the end. So you need to split your data into \t. And if you take a quick look at the constructor, well, maybe not the constructor, but this call to this new writer function in here. So we are passing the standard output, like I was saying, and the third value is the space, how many space we want between the columns. So if you notice, but there's one space. If we were to have a 0 there, it will all be side by side, if you will. So we don't really want that, but so you can play with that. The empty string, well, it's what what is the rune that we want to use as the character to separate our things. So we could use any kind of characters. You could use a tab as well. If we were to use a tab, we would have a 0 for spacing for sure. But yes, I mean this is probably the basic usage. So again, you could grab some data from here and there and just have that. And so what about the first parameter is the minimal width, if you will, of a column. So if we execute that, we will see that our ID column now takes more space. So it's just it's just a little eye candy, I think, and things like that. And might be weird for a blind person to say something like that, but I mean, yes, for you people that have great eyesight out there, this could be interesting. So again, I mean, this is very simple. This is also there's a way to debug as well. So the last parameter is we can pass some flag in there, and we can combine some flag as well. But now I'm just passing the tabwriter.debug flag. So what it will do, well, it will print out some some pipe that allow us to understand where things are and things like that. So yeah, we can see that the delimiter are there. It might be easier to debug when something is going on with that thing. But again, it's just a super simple package that I really appreciate in the standard library. And when when you don't have it, or when you haven't seen it, well, I mean, it's there. The last thing that we will see, well, is just a way to align to the right. So instead of having all the data align left, we can align right. So it might be useful for your use case and things like that. So of course, all the columns are aligned right now. So you cannot really have only one column, but again, this is a small overview of this. Yeah, I mean, short video, but still maybe useful if you are needing to display that kind of data. See you on the next video.